Hey, welcome back to the channel. Hi, guys.
Hey guys, this is Hobart from Quick Carabao Cargo.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't even work for them. Free advertisement for them though. I freaking love them. They gave me merch. You know what I mean? It's great.
It's his
Yeah.
YouTube merch. We're so happy. They did deliver 76 boxes to our house. We got 100% of our inventory back. Like everything that we sent from the States, we got it back. And we've been unpacking our bags slowly. I think today we started unpacking the bicycles and stuff, and we need to make them.
So definitely put the mountain bikes outside, and now I just gotta build them. So I've never built a mountain bike before.
Are you gonna build it from scratch? Because we bought a brand new mountain bike before we came. It's still in the box. It hasn't been made, so we have no idea how to.
I don't know how to do it. So I'm figuring that out. The same thing, the kids, everyone. So each one of us have a mountain bike, and I think that it's cool. Let me see. I got this over here, so I'm not looking at that. There
Yeah.
you go.
And then right now I'm actually opening up some Filipino chocolate. This one, it's First Chocolate of Benguet, which is a city, or is it like a city or a barangay? And it's a product of the Philippines. And we're pairing our chocolate with some wine. This is a Pinot Noir. Cheers. It's a Pinot Noir from Sonoma. And it seems like much of the wine that we had an opportunity to buy at SNR was imported. And there's so many different imported wines, and they're pretty affordable, I think. I mean, you're going to pay American prices. So, I think it's affordable based off of the wine prices that I've seen in the States. And we come from Paso Robles, California, which is the wine country out in Central Coast, California.
Yeah, it's in wine country, yeah.
So we're very blessed to have a home out there. And by the way, we're still struggling to get our house rented because, we had to do a lot of repairs. And so we've been out here for 70 days, still have that bill. And that's fine. We can manage it. But at the same time, it's just like it would really be nice to already have a renter and have that like peace of mind that our rent is or our mortgage is getting covered. So at the moment, our house is not rented yet. But one day, every day brings us closer to having a rental. So got some chocolate here. Going to do a chocolate tasting. Pairing. Filipino chocolate. Sourced with Philippines, the cacao tree here. It's all done right here in the country. So it's nice.
It's definitely been a while since I drank wine,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not that tasty.
See, I thought it was a good taste. What I noticed is because we spent so much time like totally detoxing from any kind of wine or beer for the last 70 days ish, right? When I finally had some wine because we opened it last night, it made me like feel kind of icky, that first glass. I was like, ooh. And then I woke up this morning with a little bit of a.
I think that's your body telling you that you're not supposed to be drinking.
I don't think I'm supposed to be drinking wine, but it's tasty. Yeah.
Stuff, But hey, wine has been around since
Jesus turned water into wine. Okay, so. Judge me. And then, can everybody hear us? I see some people pop in and out. It would be great to know with a thumbs up if you can hear us. And we have good audio. I think he's going to check right now the audio test here. So anyways, we're so glad that you're here to join us. Thank you for stopping in. Like and subscribe to our channel. Lately, we've had about overnight, like I woke up and people are watching our stuff. And just recently, we had, is it working?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. We just had like 10 new subscribers last night, so thank you to all our new subscribers and for watching us. If you have any questions about moving to the Philippines, we just did this move. It
They have
was
10 new subscribers.
we have like 10 new
You
subscribers.
know what? They
overnight.
must have those subscribers must have liked politics because that's the only thing we've been talking about.
No, we have been talking about politics here
in Philippines.
So, anyways, we're so grateful that you guys are here and help us to build our channel. Yeah, we almost met our time watch requirements, so which is really cool. So thank you.
So those 10 people found us and they're like, oh my gosh, these guys are weird. They're crazy. What's going on here?
Actually, somebody was watching, 9 people last night were watching the Disney cruise stuff when we went on a Disney cruise, and I did all about the food, and I talked about my honest opinion about the food. So I've been missing going to Disneyland. We moved to the Philippines, and I do miss going on vacations. I miss going and doing sightseeing, but I know that we're here, we're getting settled in. We got a lot of construction, so it's really hard to leave the house.
It is hard. It is hard to do anything. It's like, I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted. I'm sure these guys are tired of me hovering over them and kind of like, whoa. They're probably thinking, the carpenters that come here are probably thinking man, this guy, why is he hovering over us? But for me, I'm just like, man, that's awesome. You use that hose? I'm there. I'm the foreigner asking stupid questions like a 10-year-old would at a construction site. Why do you have to tie it that certain way? Oh, why do you have to dig that deep? And for me, I'm just curiosity within myself. But these guys are probably annoyed, kind of like, oh, here we go. What the hell, right? What is he gonna ask now? But it's cool. I like these guys. We banter back and forth and things like that. But I don't know. I slept. I took a nap for 3 hours today. I was like, oh, I feel great. I feel great right now. So I caught the construction guys right before as they left, and I was like, hey, all right, guys, bye, bye. See you guys tomorrow. But an update on the construction. The first floor is constructed. They just have to build the walls.
Of our second. We built a little house over there. Mm-hmm. That's what he's talking about. The new structure. First floor has been.
Yeah, the new structure, first floor has been built, and so it's oh man, it's so cool. We go over there. I was like, so what do you think? We go on the second floor level. What do you think? I'm looking at how they're doing the first floor. I'm like, wow, it's cool. They're finally putting a slab on the first floor, and because we want to build up, this is how. This should give you some insight on there's no planning on this construction at all, right? There's no blueprint. There's nothing like that, right?
It's you imagine it, it happens. You make
it
happen.
But here's the thing, right? So I tell these guys what I want done, and then they build it. So, but then I was like, well, what about now? Now I'm like, okay, first initially that structure was just going to be a bathroom, with 2 stalls, and then it became a bathroom in a garage, and then it has a second floor, right? And now it's okay. Now it's gonna go from a second floor to a third floor, and they're like, dude, what third floor? We didn't account for a 4th floor. What are you talking about? 4th floor, 3rd floor? We didn't account for any of that.
Hubbard's trying to build
and I'm like wait, hold on,
mansion in the sky.
Wait, what do you mean we didn't account for it? And they're talking to me, and this is the stupid questions that I ask, well, what do you mean you didn't put the proper footing for a 4th floor? Right? And they're like, yeah, the footing is not on the bottom, or they dig underneath. It's not properly put in place. It's not wide enough for 4 floors. So I was like, oh, I'm sorry, and I'm just there talking. I was like, well, what can we do then? Is there anything we can do? How can I assist in this manner?
We're chopping down the mango tree.
Yeah. And so now
I'm not happy about that. I wanted some mangoes.
So now it's we're at this level where it's okay, they're reacting to the stuff that I'm asking for, and I love it. I'm like, hey guys, can we do this? And yeah, can we do this? Yeah. So they're there's minds going, and you know what I mean. But at the same time, they probably go back home at the end of the day, and they're like, this guy is asking for so much stuff. It's never ending, And then construction, once you start construction, it doesn't stop, right? So they've taken down all the support system from underneath. Great. I'm loving it.
It's looking
It's
very
looking
big
great.
and
It's
nice.
like wow. So now they're working on the slab on the first floor because they didn't work on the slab on the first floor. They put the posts first. They built on the second floor slab, and then they're gonna put the slab on the first floor. But I have a request, right? I had a last minute request. I was like, hey, I need you to build the slab to be, 6 inches, and they're like, oh well, it's built for 4 inches now. But last minute they added, they're like, all right, we made it to 6 inches. So now in it, I'm like, hey, the slab on the floor on the first floor has to be 6 inches, and they're like, okay, all right. So they're building for that. Not just that. Now I'm like, well, you can't build it on top of the dirt. You have to dig underneath, and I want you to put the slab even
they're
with all
gonna
this stuff.
pour.
So I'm like, yeah, they're gonna do all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, no, just make it even. Just have a little lip that goes up, so I can drive the car in there, and then we'll be okay. And so they're having to react to my requests. They're having to react to my questions, and I love that these guys definitely customize the things that I'm wanting. And there's no rhyme or reason, but it's like as time progresses and we look at the construction, oh well, maybe it needs a light over here, maybe it needs a switch over here, maybe it needs to do this and this. If you're planning to do construction here in Philippines, don't do that. Don't do what I did. Don't do what we did, and kind of just like start off with a toilet and then go into a 4 bedroom floor.
Yeah.
Four floor, building. And so it's hard. It's difficult. Like even now, today, or actually just a few days ago, because we haven't done a live in a long time.
Yeah, we haven't done
these
live for like 3
guys,
days.
yeah, these guys. I was like, hey, can we make this door bigger?
Oh yeah.
And then it's like, okay, the answer is yes, we can make it bigger. But then I have to talk to the furniture guy. For the furniture guy to build a door frame, and then for the furniture guy to build a door, right? Because I want it a certain size. If you're gonna put any size doors in your home, right here in Philippines, build it to like I guess they call it like 1 meter, which is 100 centimeters. Because of the new things that are happening inside the house, I have to get the doors bigger to make sure that the things are not in the way. All right, what's up?
I gotta go wash some apples. These kids want apples. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
All right.
Hold on.
Ooh, okay, she's gone. Well, now we can talk about the stuff that I really want to talk about. Okay, let's talk about politics. Okay, just kidding. I don't really want to talk about politics. So the structure of the house is slowly getting built, and there's a lot of changes that are happening. We're moving doors like a couple of feet to the left. We're building structures inside the house, the existing house, because we're used to things in the United States that they don't have here in Philippines. And for example, my house doesn't have a closet or a space to put towels and blankets in. So I'm having that built in. The house doesn't have a pantry. And so I'm having that built in. The kitchen doesn't have any countertops. So that's being built in. And because now we're putting all these closets and pantries, we have to move doors. So I'm having all those things installed. And so if I was a carpenter or if I was a contractor, these guys working, I'd be very upset because me specifically, I changed my mind. I said, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Can we add this? Can we do this? So all the stuff that they finished already, like if they painted a room, now they replace a door. Now they have to go back and not only put the door, make it wider, build the frame around it, wait for the furniture guy to build it, but they also have to go back when it's done and repaint the area. So I kind of understand their frustration. But at the same time, it's like, dude, my presence, I don't tell them like, hurry up, let's go get this done. I don't do that. But I'm pretty sure my presence alone kind of like tells them to rush and tells them to hurry up and undo all these things. And so I'm thankful for the stuff that they're doing. I'm thankful for, every little changes that they allow me to make on the property, right, in a short period of time. like changing the slab from 4 inches to 6 inches the day of, not cool. You know what I mean? So now they have to resize everything that morning, and so yeah, it's great. But the property construction is happening, and we're getting ready for a small Christmas party here at the house. It's the first Christmas that my kids will be here or my family will be here, and I want to make sure that they get to enjoy some of the things that the Filipinos offer. Here in Philippines, it's not so much buying gifts; it's more being present with your family. And I think that's kind of what I want, is that we're gonna throw a party here at the house just for family to come over here and visit. And so my kids get introduced to that. Not just that, but they get to invite their friends. So we are planning to have a party here at our house. We are having a party here at our house, and it's primarily going to be for kids, right? And so and we're in the planning process, and our kids are very excited about it. And
It's a dry
it's
party
it's going to be a dry party. There's going to be no alcohol in it
whatsoever,
whatsoever.
so that's
And
great.
it's primarily going to be family oriented and for kids. So the adults, well, the adults are just going to have the food,
Mm-hmm.
and
Lots of games and lots of Christmas fun.
yeah, and family are like they're, hey, we'll be here, we'll help you cook, we'll prepare, blah blah blah. But the kids, we're gonna do some stuff for the kids, maybe some games, maybe do all that stuff,
Some giveaways.
And so right now we're in the market looking for a DJ.
Mhm.
I don't know, Willie Bobo,
Or if our friend Lauren wants
or
to
if
come out here.
Lauren wants to come out
El
here, but
Boogie.
but yeah, we are looking for a DJ, or at least a DJ set that
Mhm.
we can do on our own. Well, like I look forward to playing musical chairs and these a whole bunch of kids, having fun out there, and it's fun going around shopping for these gifts with our kids because they're like, oh, I want that, I want that, I want this, I want that, and it's cool because it's their first Christmas here, and I
And we want to
an
make Christmas
impression.
special for anybody who comes to our house for our Christmas party. So we're looking forward to that Christmas party.
Mhm.
I do
Mhm.
not look forward to like trying to figure out how we're gonna feed all the people. Like that's a little stressful.
Mhm.
But I mean, I'll take that stress over like 9 to 5 stress.
Yeah, and you know what too? I asked my uncle. So my uncle Ibo, he's like my go-to guy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, hey uncle, where do we get the goats? And he's got goats, right? So his daughter's like, ask him, he'll give you goats.
No,
I'm
he's
like,
the one who gave us the roosters for the build.
right, I know. So he gave us
Yeah.
roosters for the build, and so he's like, all right, yeah, all right, I guess I can give you the goats, right? So I was like, uncle, I'll pay for it. He's like, okay, all right, that's fine. And I said, okay, uncle, where do we get the pigs? And my aunt chimes in. She's like, don't buy pigs right now. It's not a good idea. I was like, well, how come? And they're like, the pigs are sick. I'm like, well, what do you mean the pigs are sick? Is it like a swine flu going around? They're like, no, all the pigs are sick. So that's why the prices for pigs are down right now for pork, because they're all getting sick, and nobody wants to buy them because the pigs are sick. So I'm like, well, how do you know? How do you know the pigs are sick? And they're like, yeah, everyone knows it. I'm like, well, it's not known to us. So I'm being told like we have to wait to order the pig, and we should order it last minute to make sure that the pig's healthy, blah blah blah. And so there's a whole bunch of things that culturally Filipinos know that we have no clue. We don't understand. And I love that we have family here in Philippines who can explain that. If you're a foreigner throwing a party,
You might not get all that.
you're not gonna get all that stuff. You're not gonna get all that stuff, But then again, it's not like, oh, if you're a foreigner, you're probably gonna want the thing catered. I want the thing cooked, like butchered in the backyard, and we're gonna
Cooked in the
cook it
dirty
in
kitchen.
yeah, and we're gonna build it in this way. So
But I do know that family will come together to support and help us. I know we're not alone in this like big, undertaking of a party. So and I'm so blessed to have such a big support from family. And it was nice because just recently, like I think yesterday or the day before, it was like All Saints Day, and we've been really busy with
Mm-hmm.
family, and so that's why we haven't done any lives. And we were visiting, or we were visiting the graves. But when we visit the graves, we're accompanied by cousins and aunties and uncles, and just the whole community is like with us. So it's not like we're alone. And it was really great because when we were at the cemetery, not only were we there, like the whole community was there, the neighbor was there. So it was cool. It was like, oh, hi, everyone. We see everybody every day and we see you here at the cemetery. So it was like a really nice, like introduction for our children to, their family, and then also like the traditions. We got a knock at the door by his uncle and his auntie on the Day of the Dead, and I had no idea like what to expect. But they came over. Hi, Yu-Gi-Oh! Hello, good evening. And they came over. They dusted off, Grandpa's ofrenda, and
My
they
father's, my father's.
his father's ofrenda, and they went through every little thing and cleaned it off and lit the candles. They brought food, and we all had to eat the food that they brought. It was like dessert. And did you clean it off and everything? Is it like cleaned up?
I don't know how to do that.
Oh my God, it's still there.
So look, it's interesting because I would have not known, right? So and I ask, they say like, well, why'd you guys do that, right? And then they say, we do that every year for
They
your
come
father.
every year for his father. Yeah.
You have to do what's called an atang. You have to do that in your home, which is like everyone has a place in their home where I guess they pray. And because this country is primarily
Hi, Robert.
this country is primarily Catholicism, Christianity. So everyone has in their home like a space where they pray, a space where they have like the Mother Mary or a cross. For us, that space is where my dad is. You know what I mean? Where his ashes is. And so every year, what I'm told is that my aunt and uncle, they come here, they clean the space, and then they make an offering. And I ask why, because some people don't make it to the cemetery, and so, or some people forget to visit certain places.
Yeah.
So if you make an offering in one little area, at least in the home, then you're not forgetting everyone. Like for example, we realized, or my uncle told me like, hey, did you guys visit that one site? And I'm like, uncle, you never told me to go there. I don't know what to look for. And they're like, oh, well, you got another uncle and other family members over there. I was like, well, I didn't know. And they said, well, it's okay, don't worry about it, because we'll make an offering, in your house, and it's good.
Yeah, what was really cool is like we literally like stood there and like looked at all the little articles or the artifacts that are in the ofrenda. And like we were standing there, we're looking at Grandpa's picture when he was younger, and we're like just talking about him, kind of reminiscing, talking about how he used to always wear this hat, and his hat's in there. I was like, yeah, remember when Dad used to wear this hat all the time? And, like we're just talking about Dad. It was such a great like experience. It was really nice. Our children made like a what is it, origami little like offering, and it was really really cute. Like it's like flowers and little boat, and it was so adorable.
Yeah, Himiko did that.
Himiko made it, but Hiro's the one who put it into
into the little offering area.
Yeah,
which is cool. You know
so
what I mean?
cool.
Like our kids are not afraid. They're not afraid that my father's ashes are there, and so it's awesome to do that. My kids are not afraid to go to the cemetery. My kids are more brave than I am. When I was their age, I was like, oh no, cemetery. Oh, I don't even want to look. I'm scared. I'm scared of the dark.
Right. People like when you're conditioned to be scared, but they are so innocent and free. Like they don't have those fears, and we don't put them in them either. We're not gonna frighten our children.
So for me, my fears when I was going through the cemetery are like, so superstitious. and they're like, don't step on any cracks when you go to the cemetery because it might open up and someone might pull you down. So I was like, oh my gosh,
you know what's crazy though?
That one's gonna crack. No, walk into the way. No.
What's really crazy is Hero got really sick, but it was because he like ate way too much junk food. You know, we didn't know he was sneaking all these chocolates in between our little walks, and so he got really sick. But I was telling my husband, I was like, oh, if Mom was here, Mom would be saying that the spirits followed him home. You know,
maybe the spirits did follow him.
I don't know. But he got better. It was like a 24-hour little illness, and
it was just a stomach bug. He was like pooping.
Like,
he was pooping.
You should not be eating so much sugar.
It's due to a large amount of sugar consumption.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I was a kid, I drank a lot of soda, and I had like horrible stomach problems. So he did it to himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was like, Mom would have said that the spirits followed him home, you know, because he got sick.
Yeah. So Yu-Gi-Oh says Nabalis, whatever that means. I don't know what that means. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh, explain it.
You're gonna have to explain that one.
Give us some culture.
I am just happy that my kids were not afraid to go to the cemetery. Mm-hmm. They're not afraid to step on like gravestones. They're not afraid to, you know, introduce themselves like, hey, this is your grandma and your grandpa. Go ahead and introduce yourself. This is my older brother and my older sister. Go ahead and introduce yourself. That's my uncle's, you know, dead son. That's my uncle right there. And they're like, hi, my name is Himiko. My name's Hero. It's nice to meet you. And it's like, I'm like, man, my kids are so much braver than I was when I was younger. I was like, oh no, I don't want to touch things, you know.
If you want to see a video of us out at the cemetery, we did 2 of them. We did the day prior, which was like our preparation, went clean, got everything ready for All Saints Day, and then we were out there the next like 2 days later, like full on, you know, cleaning.
Let me just give credit where it's due. We didn't clean. I got the tools for my uncle and he went back and cleaned the area. It was actually my uncle who did all that stuff.
So his uncle went with his sons and they painted
it and everything. And I was like, for me, it was just like we dig up a part of the plaque area, so that way you can see my brother's name and my sister's name. We got
familiar with
locations, but we didn't clean at all. I think I picked up like 5 pieces of grass and then I was like, oh, I've done my job. I tried, you know, and so.
But it was a good experience. He says it's like a spirit might get their interest.
Okay.
Well, I do remember. So let me tell you a story. Like way back when, 20 years, you know, maybe like 22 years ago, we came to the Philippines. He and I, we were classmates. Okay, he was my boyfriend, but we weren't allowed to be boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know what that, like culturally, it wasn't acceptable. So I was his classmate. All right. Anyway. So we come to Philippines.
Had other prospects at that time.
Oh, there was lots of ladies who were promised to him or whatever. And they came around, okay? No shame. And I'm like, I'm his girlfriend, but whatever. So anyways, we were here in the Philippines years ago, 20 some odd years ago. And he and I were drinking the water.
2002.
It was 2002. We were drinking the water straight from the tap. And I swear to you, we got hepatitis A. Okay, we were both sick as a dog, like sick. Okay, and I know it had to have to, like, we got it from the water. Okay, I drank Tang and got sick. All right, so then Mom is convinced, and I mean, they had to send someone to the pharmacy to go get me something because I could not stop using the bathroom. And our fevers were through the roof. I swear to you, I'm not a doctor, but I looked it up. It must have been hepatitis A. So we were so sick that.
Sure, it wasn't malaria or something?
No.
Dengue fever?
No, it wasn't that stuff. We didn't. No. It was from drinking dirty water. Then here's what happened. His mom was convinced that it was a spirit. Okay, you have upset the spirits, and we are going to pray and do an offering.
I remember that time. I was so sick. I was so sick that I had such a high fever that my mom stripped me naked in the living room with her around, right? And she was just putting ice cubes everywhere, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't
no.
care. I just want to get better at this.
He
Like,
was sick,
it
and
got-
I was
like in my armpits,
sick. No,
and
in
I'm
his
like, yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh.
ice cubes. Like, we were dead dog sick. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't drink the water straight from the tap
Yeah,
20
don't do
years ago.
that.
That was a bad
Yeah.
idea.
I mean, even now, if you have like a well water, right, you
Yeah.
should filter it, and
Yeah.
that's the next thing that we're working on in construction, by the way,
It's
is that
filtered.
filtered water, so that way anybody can come here at the house. They're not only going to just be drinking filtered water from the market, but the stuff that's going through the entire house, whether they're brushing their teeth, taking a shower,
Yeah.
it's going to be
washing
filtered
clothes,
water.
I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
So we were so sick that his mom called a full prayer. Okay. Everybody came, and they offered sacrifices to the spirits.
Whatever it was that they did, I got better. We got better. She got better. I got better. So, hey, so Yu-Gi-Oh's like.
I mean, we turned around. Okay. I had to take some pills to help me to stop pooping so much, but
so
we turned it around.
So Yu-Gi-Oh.
What?
He says, or maybe a girl that likes Kuya Hobart. Kulam, you two both. Kulam is basically a curse.
Oh yeah, we were cursed, all right. We were so sick. Like, we were about to die.
Whatever, whether it was a medication, maybe it was the ice, maybe it was being stripped naked in the living room.
Hard to
maybe
get rid of that.
It was a prayer, maybe like, whatever it is, it worked. Okay. So culturally, Filipinos have things that they do a certain way, and I'm not gonna knock it because I got better.
We did get better.
I got better.
But we were dead dog sick.
Yeah, like, whatever,
and I've been sick. I've been sick like that before one other time, but nah, not like that. Not exactly.
Nah. I got better, and so yes. Do I believe in spirits? Yeah, I do. I grew up here, right? Do I believe that there are things out there in the wilderness that you're not supposed to be messing with? Yeah, that is true. Don't mess with anthills. They call them bunton, and so the duende, everyone like here is walking around with the little
fichas.
I don't know.
It's like the amulet, right?
But I think like an amulet.
Yeah, but it's fichas in Espanol. So they say fichas. You got the little eye. You got all that stuff. Even our children, like, okay, look, all right, don't judge me. Don't judge me. My husband is Filipino, okay? I grew up Christian. My husband's Catholic. But my children wore a protection bracelet, both of them, all right? And I don't need to be judged, all right? Because I know there's people out there who judge. But it's, like, oh, hey, better safe than not. That's what I say. I said, shh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband's Filipino.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Doing that.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Says the elders know their stuff. He's like the balete tree. Yeah, I know about the balete tree. I know about the coffin that coffin that's being dragged. I know about the capre, which is like this big old giant that's like in the trees. I'm like, gosh.
So when I'll tell you one other superstition. When I was pregnant, I think I was like 6 or 7 months pregnant, big belly. I don't remember what kid it was. I don't know if it was Hiro or Himiko. I had a dream that I lost my front teeth. So I woke up. I told my husband, I said, hey, I had this dream. It's really weird. And he's like, go bite the tree.
I didn't tell you that. My mom told you to do that.
Oh, his mom told me to go bite the tree. So I went in the backyard, bit the tree. I am not messing around with that.
Hey, so guess what? That tree died.
No, yeah, it did die.
It died.
But that's probably because I didn't feed water,
and so I didn't conceptualize that, right? I didn't conceptualize that. But what they say is that if that's something that happens to you, you go bite the tree, and instead of you dying, the tree dies. The tree died. The tree died. Okay, the tree died. Right now, all the other trees are alive except for that one.
No, like 3 other trees died. Okay.
No. It like. No, all the other trees are alive.
No, because the nectarine tree went, the apricot.
Well, how many trees did you bite?
I bit the plum tree.
Oh, okay. All right. Is the plum tree dead?
Plum tree is half dead. It's half dead. But like, I can't say that I'm the best tree.
Do you remember which tree you even bit?
Caregiver. Yeah, it was the plum tree.
Okay.
It's got nice bark.
Right. Well, dang.
So, anyways,
I don't know
yeah,
how many
that was us. That's us.
Did you have multiple times when you dreamed that you lost your teeth and you
No,
went
it
back
was just
there
that
and
once.
did like I?
This is my husband of 20 years. Okay, not only did we do 20 years in the service, we did 20 years of marriage so far. And yes, I am accustomed to his cultural beliefs. You know, like okay, sure.
Yeah.
So yeah,
enough
we spent
said.
a lot of time with family. We had a great time. We had a good lunch with our family members. Yeah, well, we stuffed our faces at this one favorite restaurant of mine down the street.
Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh says it's normal for babies to have their amulet like a small pin pillow. That's true. That's true. I had one. There's a whole bunch of kids, but the thing is, what they say is that when you notice these things, you're not supposed to call attention to them.
Right.
Right. You're not supposed to call attention to them. You're kind of just like, oh, okay, you do that. You know, it's like you say buddy buddy, which is like excuse me everywhere you go. And it's culturally, the Filipinos have a lot of beliefs. It's ingrained in the culture. It's a part of the religion. It goes way back when the Japanese came here and kind of started um, killing people, right? Because that's exactly what happened. Yeah, and it's so crazy how all these things are continued to be told from generation to generation to generation to generation. Even Netflix has a series called Trece, and it talks about the Filipino culture in an animated cartoon and all kinds of ghosts or spirits that are in Philippines. And so if you're really interested in it and you want to dig deep into it, right? They made it into a cartoon series.
That's funny.
It's called Trece on Netflix. Go watch it. It's pretty cool. It's not for everybody, okay? I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying that if you want a little bit more of a background of exactly what they're talking about, and it talks about like the different types of spirits that are in the world, go watch it, okay?
You know what's interesting is I'm going to tell you something too. Like if my husband is going to take a pee somewhere, he says something under his breath. What do you say to them? He says something to the spirits.
I gotta pee. I gotta pee.
No, he says something like excuse me, I'm gonna pee.
I'm gonna
excuse
pee.
me.
Buddy.
But do you say anything else?
And then the other one is like daidayo, which means like buddy, which means excuse me. And then daidayo is short for idaidayo, which means please, like don't land, or land somewhere else, or go somewhere else, and so
you're like, don't let me pee on you, okay?
don't let me pee on you. I'm about to do this thing. I'm sorry, I gotta pee. I don't know that you're there.
I will tell you that the culture here in Philippines, it's not illegal to pee on the side of the road. Now you'll see signs everywhere where people have painted like, don't pee here, okay? They don't want you peeing in front of their business.
Yeah, in the United States you can't do that due to some rules and policies.
You can get a ticket in the US.
Which is kind of like leads me to ask, does the people here in Philippines have more rights than the people living in the United States?
Well, I mean, I feel like your dog has more rights than the human.
Due to the constraints and the policies and the laws that are in place. Here, if you have to pee, you just pull over on the side of the road and you
let it rip.
And you just pee.
Yeah.
Right? Guy, girl, more so guys, but in the US you can't do that.
I know COVID created situations where everybody had.
I know that was horrible. All the gas stations were like, I don't have to clean this bathroom. Hell yeah. No, that's closed. COVID. Yeah.
And so there I was on the side of the road, like I was in the war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In combat, when you're in combat, you're like, there
are no bathrooms. You don't get to go ask the enemy like, hey, can I use your bathroom? Hi, we invaded your country.
Yeah, you pee in between the tires, okay? And
you just pee. And any dignity you had,
gone
out the window.
Yeah.
You're like, it doesn't matter who's around. Your battle buddy could be a guy or girl, and you have to go. So they'll look over their shoulder and not look at you and let you go. But yeah. You just.
I mean, when you're in the military, they have like open bay showers, and when they do have closed bay showers, I remember that we were so short on time And
You line up.
you
You
line
line
up,
up.
and the thing is
Get
like
lined up, lather
you
up,
you
get to
look
the
for
front of the
someone
line.
and you need something. You're like, hey man, I'm looking for a key. It's important. We need it for a mission right now. You don't care that they're in a shower or a toilet.
Everybody's naked.
You're like, oh, you're going to. I'm like, hey, where's the key? Yeah, it's in my bag. It's over here. You talk, the key's there. Okay, all right. Or like, oh, let me finish showering. No, wait, you ain't got time. But like, mission has to happen. It's got to happen right now.
Yeah, you
It's
should
unfortunate. It's
plan
unfortunate
before you
that
jumped
you're in the shower, but I'm going in here and we're having this meeting. We're having
Yeah.
this congregation. We're talking about it. You're like, whatever.
Everything goes out the window.
Everything goes out the
What it
window,
is.
which is kind of cool, but it's in the military has a culture in itself.
Yeah. So me coming to the Philippines, and it's not a shock for me to use the bathroom on the side of the road. I am conditioned. I'm just saying,
Thanks to the
I'm
military.
very conditioned to do a lot of stuff. I'm conditioned to eat the food, and that's because of the war. I can eat whatever in the Philippines, no problem.
So, how many days did you go without showering in
Months.
combat?
Months. I even grew a fungus, okay, which is not popular to like tell the world.
Yeah.
But I grew a fungus from like my face down to like the bottom of my stomach. And we didn't know what it was. During the war, it took me months to see a specialist, months to see a doctor. They thought like I was having hives. And I mean, I had a specialist come and meet me out in like the battlefield, like just I had a doctor, somebody put in a request to have a specialist come to see my skin, and they were able to figure out that I had a fungus on my body, and it was because we didn't get showers, and I don't know what else. Like I guess it could be like the environment that caused like my skin to grow the fungus, and I mean, I have some scars from it that I just like deal with or whatever. I just kind of like it's dormant now. The fungus is dormant, but it's real easy for me to regrow the fungus. Yeah.
It's true.
It's on my skin.
It's true. Like I didn't shower for 4 months.
Yeah.
Like as soon as we crossed the border from Kuwait to Iraq, showers were out the window.
No showers.
And you don't have time.
You use a water bottle.
That's
body.
true. Yeah, but think about this, right? You pack your bags.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have laundry. We didn't have laundry facilities established at that time.
No.
And so as far as like how many sets of clothes do you have?
Not much.
Right?
You got 4.
You're issued 4 sets, right, of your uniform top and bottom.
Yes, so you wear it all day.
All day, every day,
Yeah.
weeks at a time. Your underwear, flip it over, no underwear. And it's just like hand wash it. But when you are pushing forward, you don't have time for all that stuff.
Nobody's showering.
We didn't even have. Well, I mean, we had water. Don't get me wrong.
You had your ration.
We had our rations for water and all that stuff.
But there was no ration for showers.
But there is like you have to ration. You have to ration your food. You have to ration your water. If you poop, you have to do a certain policy. You have to follow certain things, and it's like there's no hot meals. You're just
no hot meals, no cold water.
Forward, and I'll tell you, like you are moving from one place to another, and it's like your stress is heightened. You you're taught to like the battlefield is 360 degrees around you.
It's hard to get
there
sleep.
Is no front line. You're just pushing forward.
Yeah.
When you're at the tip of the spear, you know what I mean, and you're pushing forward, you don't have time for all that
you're
stuff.
Not getting adequate like sleep either.
Yeah.
And it's like you're very dirty.
So 4 months for me. I didn't take a shower for 4 months, and I'm sure there's other people that did not shower for a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, women when finally there were showers around, women got an opportunity to shower.
So there is a policy that says that ladies can take showers like every 3 days, and then also when you're on your period, you can take showers. But because of the war, like a lot of those policies didn't matter. Like
you don't have a driver's license? Get in the vehicle, drive.
Yeah.
What? Okay, this is the start button. That's the steering wheel.
Yeah.
That's the gas. That's the brake. Let's
Commander
go.
Can sign off on
let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're like, what?
Yeah.
We need to promote this guy right now. I need this person.
Field promotion.
Freaking field promotion.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, guess what? You're no longer a part of this unit. You're now attached to this unit. It happens, right? And I love, and
yes.
and that's the beauty about the U.S. military is that because of the basic training that we're taught, because
Mhm.
of the type of leadership, right? Every rank that you go to, once you're in the leadership position, sergeant, you're sent to a school, and the stuff that you learn applies to every department
Right.
that
It's
you go to.
foundational
It's
stuff. So it's
foundational stuff,
good.
and
Yeah.
so it's beautiful. But anyways, it's not.
So we went into a tangent on the military because we're talking about our ability to survive in the Philippines. The culture's way different here
This
than
is some
the
crazy stuff. We're
States.
talking about Filipino culture,
Yeah,
spirits.
yeah.
You know, we're talking about like cemetery. Now we're talking about military.
Peanut on the side of the
and
road,
we're talking
guys.
about,
It's
that's it. That's how we went on a tangent.
Yeah.
What was we were talking about Filipinos. You know, which one having more freedom? Filipinos being able to pee on the side of the road, or the Americans who aren't able to do that. You know, and then we went on like. Anyways,
La La Land.
La 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 la. Hey, so our Philippines journey is here. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome, Mike and Arlene.
Our Philippines journey. I just want to let you know. I think it was you guys who said, "Hey, use your social security number as your TIN number."
We tried. He's still his. So his father died in 2010, and his father is still the person whose name is on the electric bill.
13 years later, it's kind of backwards here in Philippines.
It has proven to be a task. Okay, a big undertaking to change over the name, and
it's not just me. There's other Filipinos that are here. There was a lady that's like, yeah, I'm here to do the same thing. My husband passed away a long time ago, and they don't want to change his name. They want me to do all kinds of stuff.
And we did. We got the affidavit. We got you're spending all this money proving that, following all their rules and, all this stuff to get to the finish line to change your name. And in the end, it's like, does it even matter? Because I'm still going to pay this bill. I mean,
yeah.
It's just, they're just making it really impossible. Now they want us to go get a TIN number. And I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about going and getting a TIN number.
Yeah. So like the Philippines and the United States had like a tax treaty where double taxation, right? They don't want to do double taxation, blah, blah, blah. So here we're retired. And so we really don't have any income. So I don't see why I can't use.
So I want to see, I mean, maybe if we go to a different office, because, he's saying like, wow, BDO, China Bank, Angeles City Electric, they accepted it.
Yeah.
And so maybe we should try going to like a different branch.
Yeah. Maybe this is
because that's the way it is with, when you're going to get your visas and stuff. It depends on who you talk to, who's going to give you,
Oh, okay. All right. So my worry about the TIN number is like, okay, so what is the purpose of a TIN number? I keep asking, what's the purpose? Tax identification number. And I'm like, okay, so they're like, why do people need that? And here in Philippines, you're not issued a tax identification number when you're born. In the US, you are, right? And that's basically how they track you. If you're a resident in the United States, is you're issued a tax identification number, also known as the social security number.
They're like, go get it. It's free.
It's free. Go get
everything's free here. Like, you go get your ID. It's free. Yeah, but we'll get it in a month or a year.
No, 6 months later,
like,
I still,
we went and he got his retinas scanned. Okay, that was wild.
Yes.
So now you're in some database. They're gonna use your information.
I hate our Philippines journey. Thank you. It kind of makes me feel better and not so much worry about getting the TIN number. I'm like, oh well, what's the purpose of the TIN number?
Blah, we're still struggling with that.
With my military background and the certification authorization,
we're really hesitant.
The stuff that we have in our background and the stuff that the training that we've gone through, I don't know if that's gonna be like
I don't answer my phone at all. If it's not somebody I know, I'm never answering it. It's like there's all these spam robocalls. They're gonna use my voice. They might be trying to use my voice right now.
Yeah.
So they're bad.
A year? You waited a year?
There's so much corruption.
Said yes. Arlene waited for a year for Phil ID card to come in. That's crazy. I did apply for an ID. and
Yeah, your
it
Phil
hasn't come
ID.
yet.
Yeah,
Phil
no, we
ID.
still haven't gotten
They
it.
told me like it'll be the digital portion is going to be
A year.
available in 2 weeks.
Nah,
I will text you directly.
he never texted us.
70 days later.
Took his ID.
Nothing.
He took his face scan. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. It's probably in database somewhere. They're probably using it as a data.
They're watching our every move.
That's true. That's true. Facial recognition, eye recognition. Yeah.
I mean, even the RFID, like how they're implementing RFID everywhere you go. So now they're tracking where your movement is, and you're having to pay for it too. So that's an issue. Yeah. And I'm not even sure that it's the Philippine government that's doing the RFID. I think it's might be Korea or
Hong Kong
or Hong Kong. Yeah, somebody paid for those roads, and I don't think it was the Philippines.
So there must have been a contract, and then that's how they're getting their money back. But hey, it is what it is. So our Philippine journey says it will take time to adjust to life.
Standard operating procedures. I think that's what I mean. In the military.
In the military.
To the lack of anything standard in the Philippines.
Dang. That's deep right there. That's deep. Right. If you know military, that they're all about standard operating procedures, and there's policies for everything. There's policies on how to fold your socks. There's policies on how to fold your clothes.
Basic things.
There's policies on how to put your boots away underneath your bed and how they're supposed to be laced up. That just goes to show you that the military definitely brainwashes you and ingrains discipline in your mind. I'm benefiting from that right now. I'm benefiting from that.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Right.
Yeah,
risk management.
Yeah.
It's great. So there's something else that I want to talk about, right? So election is over.
Yay.
Election is over.
Elections are over. That was the most obnoxious week of my life.
We no longer hear like, oh, I vote for this guy and vote for that guy at like 6 o'clock in the morning, right?
Honking their horns.
Honk, vote for me.
My kids were even like, we were in class trying to take tests, and all we hear is those jingles going back and forth. It was like, it was funny.
During elections, just expect to be assaulted with candy because they throw candy at you. It's like, oh my gosh, my forehead. What is going on here?
And it wasn't even candy, it was cough drops. So I ate one and I was like, oh, this is not candy. This is cough drops.
And it's like, it's pretty cool. It's interesting. I'm like, oh, hey guys, thank you. Really appreciate it. And I'm like getting there. It's exciting. It's cool.
It was fun.
Like politicians in the United States don't do that. They kind of use the TV to talk to you anymore. And tell you like all this and all that. Here in Philippines, it's raw. You're like, hey, are you gonna come vote for me? And I'm like, I don't vote in the Philippines.
Yeah.
They'll come tell you, and they'll go house to house explaining what their plan is for the barangay. And I think that that's beautiful. It solves a lot of problems. It really does solve a lot of problems. But at the same time, I've also heard like, oh, well, the only reason why they won is because they
won because they
paid
for someone. The vote.
Yeah, they paid for the vote.
That's interesting. So we have heard through the grapevine.
Yeah, it happens.
There was a rigged vote.
No,
like I think that if you got the funds, if you've got the capital, you can get the votes.
Which doesn't make sense to me.
I know, right? They're like, oh, got paid. I'm going to get my vote.
So I know somebody, right, who was willing to give their paycheck, right, to the community. And I know somebody who said, hey, if you vote for me and you put me in office, I will give my paycheck to the community. I won't even take it. Like I'm well established. I have a business and my business is doing well. I just want to be able to help our community. Well, that person didn't win.
No,
and so, and when I asked, like, how come? I didn't ask the person directly, but I'm asking around town. You walk around town, you're like, oh, who won? Oh, this person won. Oh, that's because they paid for their votes and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, well, that's too much information. I just wanted to know who won. Yeah, they were over there. They were walking around. The guy who won was visiting every house and. How much did they pay? And they're like, oh, I didn't know, but it's like between like 200 to 400 peso a head, right? And the person that I know that said that they were going to give their money to the community didn't pay. And so, bless their heart for wanting to put the best foot forward. I can see that in our barangay, there's some stuff that's definitely needed. And I think that type of leadership is great. It's just that maybe the community, the culture is not ready for it. You know, maybe the community and the
They
culture
want
is not ready for it.
results
They
now.
want, yeah,
They don't want
they-
promises. They want results.
and it's unfortunate, right? Because I think the individual that I'm talking about, right, it would have done great, would have done really good for the community. I mean, if you put someone in office that does not want the money, then they have and their reason for running is because they want to do well for the community. They want to establish a good system for the kids in school and things like that. Then why not? But when everyone else is getting paid, and I didn't experience this firsthand. This is third party information. And maybe if you are a Filipino, you can put in the comments and say, hey, yeah, this is what's happening. This is the reason why we do things.
So Mike says that Arlene's province, they pay for votes house by house. It's very much in the public, so it's supposed to be against the law. Oh, yeah. And then he was saying, just wait till next presidential
election.
It's gonna get popping.
Multiply the local stuff by 5. Oh man. Oh.
Hey, I felt like it was obnoxious. I was like, this is obnoxious. 6 a.m. I got the people going back and forth with the speakers.
Multiply it by 5. What are you talking about?
That is funny.
Yeah.
It's been pretty funny. It's you know what? That's cool. That's great.
Yeah. So it's interesting.
I'm having a lot of fun here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I really am. I'm enjoying.
But you know what though? You know what? I'll tell you this about the culture. Even though let's just say, I don't know if the information that I'm putting out is real, whether people got paid or not. But even though people did that, let's just say people did, right? People were able to move on. There's no animosity. Nobody died. There is no saying I contest, and there's no fights happening over the votes or who won. It's like, okay, he won the vote. Let's put him in an office, and I guess I'll try again next time. It just goes to show you that the culture is. There's no they're not trying to start a fight. You know what I mean? They're not trying to start a fight. Mm-hmm. And I spoke to a lot of these, the politicians in the barangay. I was like, hey, what's your plans? Well, I want to do this, this, and this. They all have great plans. They all have aspirations that they want the barangay to go to. So I think at this point, it's irrelevant, who got it, because they all pretty much have great ideas. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it was fun.
I pretty much know all of them too.
We're having a good time.
Their faces plastered everywhere,
and they're like all family. Because when you move back to the Philippines, okay, after being taken as a child to America, you move back to the Philippines. Everyone is your family. It's funny.
Okay, so our Philippines journey said, we stay out of politics. We simply handed out candy on Walking Street. It was a zoo.
Cool.
Can you elaborate more on that?
I think he's just saying that he handed out candy on Walking Street, and there was
are you talking about for Halloween?
There was lots of people. Oh, he always hands out candy every year around Halloween. He does that. Yeah, he does that.
Oh, you know what? Since we're talking about Halloween, we saw a few kids walking around with their little buckets, like they do in the United States.
Yeah, but we didn't hand out candy.
I'll tell you what. You want to see a party for Halloween? You go to the cemetery. And there is so much traffic in the cemetery. They rerouted us to a different part of the city, and we got lost. I was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, and they're trying to confuse us and have us pay for parking when parking is free.
Yeah.
So that was kind of. We would have if we would have parked where they had the paid parking, we would have been really far from the cemetery. And then we kept driving around till we found an opening. Yeah, and we didn't pay for parking, and we were right there, right on top. So
yeah.
He's saying that maybe that's how it is in the city, where there's thousands of kids walking in the streets and Walking Street in their costumes and stuff. Maybe that's how it is in the city. We live out here in the province, and we probably only saw 4 or 5 people in costumes.
Yeah. People were more in the cemetery, kind of spending time with their family. It's beautiful to see that, and kind of just people just hanging around, talking about their family and just spending time together in the cemetery.
Yeah.
And it happened all day.
All day.
As soon as you wake up in the morning, people are there cleaning the the thing already for those who haven't like cleaned the area yet, and then it's like now just people come and go, it's like a bazaar
Mhm.
by the cemetery.
Oh yeah.
They're selling food, they're selling candles, they're selling balloons.
Mhm.
Like Dee wanted to buy some chicks, right? I'm
Oh,
not
the
like a
little-
girl
the
chick,
little
like little
chicks.
chicklets, like little
chicken.
chicken.
Pollitos.
Yeah, little baby chickens, right? And she's like, "Hey, can we buy these, or is it okay?" And I'm like, "No, don't buy those. Now is not the right time to be buying chickens at the cemetery. Wrong place, wrong time." You know?
I was like, are they gonna live? They don't have their mama. But yeah.
Yeah, All Souls Day is crazy in the Philippines.
It
I
was
agree with you.
very busy. It was a very busy day, but we were able to find like time. We spent time with every uncle over here in the barangay, and it was nice. We took photos, family photos. Oh yeah, the pink chicks. Yeah, there was like pink, green, purple.
Yeah, what is that? What is
yellow.
that, Yu-Gi-Oh?
What
Like,
was that?
yeah, I was like, what? No, but don't buy. That's not their natural color. That's just weird.
Well, I knew that they were dyed. Like that made sense to me that they were dyed. But yeah, my daughter wanted a little pollito, but I was like, how is it gonna live? It doesn't have a mommy. So I don't know. But anyways,
Chicks don't need their mommies.
chicks don't need their mommies.
No, they start eating right away.
How do they know? Like
It's like
how
they don't
They
breastfeed.
need to dig around and
Yeah,
find their
They
way.
don't breastfeed.
Hi, Mike. Nice to see you. Long time no see in the chat. Welcome to our channel.
Yeah. We're talking about chicks, right?
We're talking about
That's what it
baby
is,
chicks.
baby chicks. Not girl chicks.
The chickens. It's for the kids.
It's for the kids.
Ah.
Okay, so the pink chicks for the kids, is that like, what do they do with it?
I
They
guess they're
keep
like
it as
little
a
baby
pet?
chickens.
It's like a goldfish, I guess.
Hey, they were 2 pesos. 2 pesos for a chicken. Yeah, Easter, the chicks would be colored as well.
That's
they were.
what it's for.
They were
Got it.
colored. If you
They were
look at my video, you'll see colored chicks. And I was wondering, and they're only 2 peso. I was like, I could buy a chicken, but then I wasn't sure if I was getting a rooster or a hen. But still, I would have been nice to have a few chickens.
What? Don't go there. That's a taboo. You can't be talking about. Yeah. Anyways, the chicks are for caskets, aren't they?
Okay.
They're sold in front.
They
of
were
them.
sold in front of the cemetery.
They are. Yeah.
What do you do with them? Do you like let them go?
Wait.
Well,
So Mike Ross, the chicks are casket for the caskets.
like, what do you do? Do you like let them?
I don't get it.
Do you like set them
You
free
put
in
them
the
in the
cemetery?
you put
I
them
am
in the
confused.
casket. I'm
Are
waiting for
they-
Mike Ross.
Are they?
Mike Ross,
Are they
what are you talking about,
slaughtered?
man? What do you
Is
mean? I'm
is
waiting.
it like a little offering? I'm confused.
I don't know. This is another cultural barrier that we're going through right now.
Yeah, because
Like the
we're
whole
learning
chicks
stuff.
in the cemetery.
Yeah,
So, but
they're placed on top of the casket,
okay, so
alive.
alive, but like, what does that do, Mike
They're
Ross?
just cute.
They're just cute.
They're like,
Okay.
oh, maybe you give them to the kids, to the children of that have passed. If the dad was killed.
The chicks for the
if the dad
casket
was
if the dad was killed.
Okay.
Well, I messed
Well,
up.
we're
I messed
learning,
up.
you know what,
My brother was
Like, I think-
killed in an accident, and I didn't get him
a baby chick.
a baby chick.
Next year. Oh!
I didn't even do any hand signs.
I had my hand over here like this.
Oh wow.
wow. Guys, okay, we're gonna hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit the thumbs up. I don't know what that was.
This computer is weird.
I don't even know how to make that happen. Anyways,
All right.
the chick is laid on top of the casket. It's for the killer to be guilty. Oh, that is some deep stuff right there.
So
Oh, interesting. I learned something new every day.
So
Thank you.
Yu-Gi-Oh. What you're telling me is you're supposed to get a chick, and a chick is supposed to go on top of a casket, and it represents that
Whoa! For only those who believe they've
they
been
haven't
murdered.
Dark stuff.
Oh, wow. Well, good thing I didn't buy the ticket.
Yeah, well, good thing Mike Ross wasn't there when we were
I
talking about the
don't
cemetery
need
earlier. Or the
dark
superstitions and all that
chickens at
stuff.
my
Oh
house.
gosh.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Woo! Okay. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, we learned something. That's new culture stuff I never knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so is it true if there's a crack on a tombstone that somebody might actually climb up and
Yes,
get you
they
down?
gonna get
Is
you.
that
But
true, Mike Ross? Is it true?
hacking
Of
of the chick symbolizes the tapping into
the
the
conscience of the murdered.
murdered.
Again, dark stuff.
Oh wow! Well, hey, that's cool. Thank you for teaching us something new. Yeah, I mean they were cute little chickens. The guy was selling them for $2 peso. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good deal. Little baby chicken, $2 or $2 peso, but we didn't buy it. So
Yeah, I wouldn't buy it.
Hubert's like, no. He's like, no.
No, it now makes me think that next time it's All Souls Day, I'm gonna be walking around looking for a guilty look. You know what I mean? To see if they've actually murdered someone. Like if that is true, right? Symbolizes like the tapping into conscience.
So he wants to see how many chickens are out there.
Well, I didn't see any. I only saw chicks at the front, okay, of the cemetery. I didn't see them on top of caskets or anything like that. And now I'm picturing that you're talking about it. I'm like, okay, do you kill the chicks before you put them in a casket, or do you just?
No, you let them live and then pluck around.
I don't know. We're about to find out.
That's very interesting.
Hey, Mike Ross, Yu-Gi-Oh, help us out.
That is very interesting.
Do you just leave the chick there alive, or do you have to do like a ritual, kind of like?
I'm killing no baby.
Do you have to
something wrong with
the chicken, like the chick, right, and kind of leave it there?
Leave it alive. Do not kill the baby chicken. Anyways.
Yeah, like, okay.
All
right. So now let's move on to our topic.
You know what? I just learned something new about those chickens.
I don't know.
I had
chicks.
no idea.
And here you are. You were about to bring them home. She was about to bring home these
so
chicks that
cute.
symbolizes like murder. Okay, and it,
it's put during the wake. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Hey, anybody in the chat?
Thank you
why
to
is
the
it?
internet
Why is it
for my education?
Why is it called a wake?
Yeah, because they're asleep.
When they're.
Anyways, next topic. So we talked about the construction already. We talked about spending time with family, and we talked about the elections already. Let's talk about the weather.
The weather.
Okay.
The weather.
It's cold. Oh my God.
It's cold in here. It's cold in here.
I never expected to be. You guys need to be careful. You might bring home a curse.
Oh, dude, I'm glad you weren't there when we were talking about curses earlier, Mike Ross, because we did. We went through that whole process already.
Yes, Mike Ross.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
Go
man,
back.
look, I grew up here. I definitely was like, don't walk on cracks. Don't walk on cracks. Oh my gosh, don't do it. Don't do it. So
we are like, buddy, put
yeah, and if you've been to Philippines, there's cracks.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and it's hard to avoid those cracks, especially when you're walking through the cemetery. But like, all right.
So, anyways, it's very cold here.
Yeah.
We took a motorcycle ride, and I was freezing.
Granted, it was like 6:00 in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
right? We had to go and buy some supplies, go to the bank, get some supplies, pay for the supplies, so that way they can get them delivered to
I told him, had I known that it was this fresh here, because I really thought it was hot all year, I would have came during this time of the year, because it was like the whole reason why we planned and we flew here at night. I was like, we need to show up at 4 a.m. in the morning because it is way too hot during the day. Like, I cannot go from California weather to the Philippine weather where I get off the plane and I'm just dying. So the whole thing was like, let's fly at night. Let's land at night.
So you are recommending to whoever is planning to move out here in
Come
November?
out here during November. Dude, it is so fresh. It feels amazing. I'm like, he's like, oh, this is great run weather, And I'm retired. I'm like, I don't run. But he wants to run because of the weather. It just feels so nice. It's a good breeze.
I want to run. And speaking of that, like we sent our mountain bikes here to Philippines.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm about to start building them so that way we can go on a bike ride this week. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're supposed to start building them. Maybe after the live, we'll go and start building these mountain bikes that we mailed, and they made it to us. I'm real happy about that.
Like you're actually going to build?
No, I'm going to watch you
Oh, okay.
build.
She's my cheerleader. She's like, She's my little cheerleader in the background, guys. Whenever I'm trying to do something, you're supposed to turn it to the left, not the right. And,
Yeah, yeah.
pick that up over there. And she's like the backseat driver. You know what I mean? She's like, I'm like,
I am
go,
not helping.
Go do something else. You're like not letting me do what I need to do, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Backseat driver, get out of here.
All
All right.
We'll see you.
Yeah,
Our
hey.
Philippine journey.
Yeah, our
Thank you
Philippines
so
journey.
Much, Mike, for stopping
Thank
by.
you for coming out. Well, you know what? Do you have anything else to talk about?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was gonna tell them about our SNR shopping.
Oh.
Dude, we went to SNR and we shopped till we dropped. Okay. And we bought some imported wine.
Yeah, that's what I'm drinking right now.
Yeah, I already finished. I mean, we bought some Sonoma wine. We're from California, so yeah, we were like, let's try this wine. Opened up the wine bottle. It was sweet, very sweet. It tasted delicious. So, but it also made me feel horrible the next day.
Delicious.
It tasted very delicious.
Are you an alcoholic?
No, I'm not an alcoholic. I just like the taste of wine, you know? Like, they serve wine at church. Don't judge me. Don't judge. What? I'm not alcoholic. It just tasted really sweet. It was nice.
She's
and
like, one sip, she's like,
I know. I was
so
like,
tasty.
I told him, dang, I'm not even a glass in and I already feel it. But I think it's because I pretty much was detoxed.
Yeah, we've just been drinking water, no alcohol.
Since
We've just
we
been
got
doing when
here.
We got here, going on walks, exercises, eating healthy food. Not just like healthy food, but fresh, like picked from the farm that day. And so it's been nice. Living here in Philippines, I would say the best part is the fresh food, then learning about the culture. And then the weather, not so much, you know.
Yeah. Weather's weather.
Weather's weather.
But it's really nice. Like, I feel like rejuvenated. I feel more in tune with like my mental health. And just like walking, like we walk in the fields and we see the rice and we see the corn as it grows, and it's just nice. You know, I don't like the bugs.
Yeah. So
I don't think I'll ever get used to
Yu-Gi-Oh is asking, what about the price?
It's the same as American prices.
No. He's talking about the price of things here in Philippines. Like
no, I think he's talking about the price of wine. No,
that's it.
I thought.
No. He's talking about like, because I was for me, in my perspective, I was talking about the best food. The best thing about Philippines is food and the culture. And then he asked, what about the price? So I guess the price of food is great.
Yeah.
And then as far as food being tasty, that's also subjective, because some foreigners might not like bagoong and kamatis.
Right.
Some foreigners might not
seafood.
like the alamang or the green mangoes, you know what I mean?
Or the paria.
Or the paria. But for me, I'm like, bitter melon.
Delicious.
Yes. Calamansi juice. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Green mango
green
juice.
Monkey sweat.
Green monkey
sweat.
Green mango juice. Yes. You know, like papaya. Yes. You know, like what else you got? Oh, bamboo shoots. Yes. You know, banana, like the baby banana thingies. Yes. So
yeah, I even ate something that I normally don't eat. I ate the chicken's neck today.
So
I don't normally do that.
Mike Ross says that I find the quality of pork and chicken is better in the Philippines. It tastes better. I agree with you. I also
feel like my intestines is doing a lot better since I started eating like the natural foods that are here in the Philippines. A lot of fermented stuff too, like fermented papaya, fermented like pickles, you know, like that kind of stuff is like fermented stuff. Fermented egg.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not doing a lot of exercises, and I'm losing weight.
Right.
So it's either one, like we're eating a lot of healthy food, right, in conjunction with, hey, there's a thumbs up. So we're eating a lot of healthy food in conjunction with like detoxing and just water. We're not eating processed food, no sugar, right? Or I just picked up like a tapeworm or something and it's just helping me lose weight. Whatever it is, right, it is working, guys. It's working. I am losing weight. Now, I don't have an 8-pack, not yet. but
Oh,
I'm
are you working
definitely
on that?
my way there. Well, no.
Are you?
I
getting
have
there?
I
Are you
have an
getting-
8-pack.
Oh.
Let me just clarify. I have an
Oh.
8-pack. It's just covered right now. It's just covered. Okay, I'm trying to lose all the covering, getting the layers off, but it's gonna take a lot of work. I thought that it's gonna take a lot more work, right? Than what I. But now I just have to like go outside, sweat a little bit, go on a little walk, right? I'm not even going to the gym. I'm not even doing like we stopped doing HIIT. We don't really go that far, but yeah, it's
Well, we're
nice.
trying to hit 5 miles a day. We're actively trying to hit 5 miles a day. Today,
I didn't do nothing today.
No, I hit 4.97. I can prove it. Oh wait, my watch. 4.97.
Well,
5 miles a day.
Yeah, mine says 14 miles. That's probably because I had it on while I was driving around in a motorcycle.
Oh my God! Yeah, I do get credit for riding a bicycle when I'm on the motorcycle.
Yeah. So yeah, chicken is good here too. Like Mang Inasal, the barbecue chicken that they have here.
Native chicken.
Man, barbecue. We have this barbecue spot in town. Phenomenal. And it's like 10 peso for a stick, right?
Well, there's a lot of things that are 10 peso around here. Like, you get 5 peso for like a lumpia or something.
It's awesome. I'm like 10 peso per stick.
That's very inexpensive.
Some good food here.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good with the prices here in the Philippines. But if you shop at SNR, expect to pay American prices. We filled up our cart and we paid American prices. And we're okay with that.
No. It's inflated. The prices are inflated. We didn't get American prices. American prices are actually cheaper. Costco prices in the US are cheaper than the SNR prices here in the Philippines. So don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
You don't go to SNR to save. You go to SNR because you have a certain lifestyle, right? And you want the certain tampons, and you want the certain brand of Spam, and you want the Vienna sausage, and you want like the comforts, the creature comforts, like you want like the stuff that you're used to seeing, like the Smuckers jelly, the Skippy peanut butter, all those things that you are used to seeing in the United States. You will see that
you're gonna pay for them
more. You're gonna pay more here in Philippines than what you pay in the US.
Yeah, if anybody is looking to move to the Philippines, come here with income. Don't come here without having some kind of replenishment of your funds. And then and then expect to pay for the things that you really want. If it's Western, pay Western prices or higher.
Okay. So now we're talking about finances. Now that you know what it's like in Philippines and in the province, right? You know somewhat the prices and how much it costs to buy pandesal in the morning, how much it costs for a loaf of bread,
that are uncomfortable.
How much it costs for barbecue, how much caranderia, right? What do you think, like someone who is a foreigner who is willing to skimp out and eat in the province, what do you think their budget could be? Now, this is the low end. This is scraping the barrel. This is cutting every corner possible, right? How much? No comfort at all. No comfort. Tricycle, public transportation, walking everywhere. Maybe if you have a bike.
I asked a teacher today. She's got a master's degree. She's working on her doctorate. I asked the teacher today, how much do new teachers make a month in the Philippines? And she told me it was $24K. So $24K a month is about $500. And that's a teacher's salary.
Teachers actually make pretty good money here.
Yeah. So I mean, if a Filipino is able to live off 500, if an American,
that's an entire family. That's an entire family.
A whole family.
Don't get it twisted. That whatever 24,000 peso, that's an entire family to eat.
And that teacher is, sending her kids to school and college, and they're doing enrichment stuff. So $500 can go a long way. USD, $500 can go a long way for a Filipino. But I think that when you go from living in like an American lifestyle and you come to the Philippines, it's a bit of getting used to, because I mean, like I think it's hard to kind of like budget and be like yesterday we were at the store, and I spent 6,000 peso on a trash can, you know, and that's crazy prices. Like that's like outrageous.
Yeah. So
That's
so here it is, right? 6,000 peso on a trash can. So minimum wage in the province is 350 a day, right? So if you take 350 a day and you multiply that 5 times a week, but Filipinos don't work 5 times a week; they work 6 days a week. Okay, 6 days a week, and I don't really know the policies and stuff, but they pretty much work long hours. So 5 days a week, right? 350, that's 7,000, right? If for those guys who are lucky enough to get 400 peso a day, multiply that by 20 days, right? That's 8,000. So some of these guys are making 6, 7, 8, lucky if they're 9, 10,000, right? Teacher salary, minimum wage, starting pay is 24K, which is cool, right? I mean, you should get paid for your education. You should get paid for going to college. The teacher that has a master's degree and working on her doctorate, but yeah, it pays. And the pharmacist, how much did the pharmacist make?
Pharmacist said she made 25K.
25K. Yeah.
But she's like, I make more than 25K.
Yeah.
She wasn't going to tell us.
She wasn't going to tell us.
She was very proud of the amount of money that she makes, but she wasn't going to tell us, whether she made 28 or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with you. Yu-Gi-Oh says 24K. It's still low for a public teacher. I hope they have other incentives or better health care. But in the grand scheme of things, right? 24K a month for a family here in Philippines, in the province, that's a lot.
Is a good salary.
Is a good salary.
The laborers make 500 peso a day.
It's 400.
400 peso a day. We talked to the guys at SM Mall, and they make 300 to 400 a day working SM Mall.
Mm-hmm. The gas station guys too, they make 300 a day, 300 to 400, 300 to 350 peso a day. Peso. Yeah. So in terms of peso, 350 is about $4 and some change. Because exchange rate right now is 56. It went up a little bit to 57 the last few days, but right now it's at 56.
And this is in the province. I don't know what people make in the city,
So you didn't answer the question.
And I mean, even like, we'll try to like tip people. But I do have a funny story. So we'll try to tip people, and they'll be like, oh, no, sorry, I can't take your tip because we get paid adequately here at SM. And I'll be like, oh, okay. CSI, my husband had like 2 things in his cart, and he had 4 guys helping him out to the car. I was like, oh, wow, we got 4 helpers. Like, this
guys, I'm just cool like that.
It's a little
I'm fun to be around.
It's a bit over.
You know what I mean?
Because we have tipped. Yeah. We have tipped at CSI.
I'm fun to be around. I'm cool. I'm talking to these guys. Like, we're bantering back and forth.
Now he's got an entourage. Hey guys, how are you
doing?
To the car.
It's cool. It's not bad. They probably realized something about me that was one of my characters. It was great and awesome to be around.
Yeah, could I hold
it had nothing to do with the money at all.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so he's saying low-income province will have lower minimum wage. Yeah, and I think Manila has the highest minimum wage. Yeah, that would be interesting to know. So, like, it is possible to live, I guess, on $500 US here in the Philippines, but I mean, I don't know that you're gonna. Yeah, you're just gonna kind of like eat at the calendaria, hang out at home, maybe go somewhere and do something. But every time we go to, like, and we're a family of 4, so every time we go to Chowking, or we go to Mang Inasal or Jollibee, we're spending 1,000 peso easy. So it's not like
600 peso.
It's not cheap. It's not cheap. I think it's 1,000.
No, it's 600 peso. If like we skimp out and kind of like, this is only what we're gonna eat, and I don't overeat, it's 600 peso. We've had 600 peso before. Yeah. Now if D orders like halo and that's a different story. But we're talking about like, if you are skimping and cutting corners and you want to save, $500 is a lot of money. $500 is a lot of money,
Yeah,
right?
and so
Because the lowest rent that we found so far is 4,500 pesos.
$80
$80
for a
is
studio.
the studio
Bare minimum.
has like, and it's fully furnished. It's got
Yeah.
the bunk beds. It has AC.
AC.
Um,
I mean, you're gonna have to buy a TV and probably buy yourself a new mattress because you don't want to sleep on those old mattresses.
no,
But-
no.
But they're not very expensive. The mattress is like this inch of thick, and
It's foam, yeah.
it's foam, and it's cheap. So yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you, Mike Ross. Mike Ross is like, wage depends on what region and province you live in. They're also in the city and province rates. Maids, drivers, yaya have no minimum wage. Yeah, that's true. Maids don't have minimum wage. I'm trying to convince her. I was like, hey, we should get a helper.
I don't need a helper. I
We
don't
should
want
get a
nobody
helper
in the
in the
house.
house, yeah.
I really don't want anyone in the home.
But
I
then-
don't feel comfortable.
But then
with that.
she's like, I need help folding the clothes. I'm like, what do you mean? You just told me you don't want help, but you're
I
asking
want
for
him
help.
to help me. You can help me fold clothes.
Why fold clothes when I can do the finer things in life, like drink wine?
Drink wine while you fold the clothes. Help me out.
I guess.
I feel
So
like
Mike Ross is no helper. You crazy girl.
I don't want to help her. I don't like.
So where I'm like, sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't help her. I want her to realize that she needs a yaya or she needs a helper here at the house. But then she's like really passionate about it, and the reason why we came here to Philippines is because so that way we can spend more time with our kids. And you know what? Goal met. We spend so much time with our kids that it's amazing. Like the kids don't want to, like they'd rather hang out with us and play with us and want to do things that we're doing. Like my daughter is waiting for me right now, and she's like, I want to build a bike. I want to be there. I want to do something. I want to watch you. And it's awesome. And I know that my daughter one day, and my son too, will stop asking for help to help me. And so right now I'm really enjoying that. So if you have kids, if you have family, if you are miserable in a foreign country and you just want a place to go, where you can just like live your life, live by the ocean, live by the beach, pay for less for everything else, and the stuff is not inflated, then come here to Philippines, and it's safe. It is for me, from my perspective. I was born and raised here until my family migrated, but my foreigner over here, do you think it's safe to be here in Philippines?
I feel comfortable. Yeah, I don't have any issues.
Yeah. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad. at all.
Yeah, and they said the reason. Okay, so Mike Carras is saying the reason why he came to the Philippines is for a driver and a helper.
Mike Ross,
Well,
that's
good
what
for
I'm
you.
talking
Good
about
for
right
you,
there.
man.
Way to help out the community. I like that. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
promote that out there, internet. You know what I mean? YouTube. If you want to go somewhere where everything is cheap, yeah, definitely. Like paying someone 350 peso to do the cooking, the cleaning, the laundry, to go to the provincial market, to go to the market and buy the stuff for you. That is cheap. That is cheap.
Yeah, and I'm like,
And in addition to that,
I'll wash my own dishes.
like the cultural background, that whoever comes to your house, it's 80% chance that they're gonna have like a Catholic Christianity background. Like
I
you
struggle
can't-
with having anyone in my home. I'm sorry,
You
I
can't-
can't do it. I just really struggle with my privacy. I don't.
You can't beat that. And you're
I
like, for those of you
know.
guys that think like, how do you know? How do you know? How do you know? Look, our kids go to school and they pray every morning, right? Like they pray every morning. They do their Pledge of Allegiance and do all those things, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful that the whole community in itself is raising kids, and religion is a part of that. If you're not comfortable with that, then great. It's okay. The Philippines is not for everyone. But if you want like cheap in the province and you have like the culture, it's relatively safe. There's no crime. Yeah.
Yeah, me personally, I would prefer to spend money on a tutor so that my children can learn and we have a tutor who comes every day, 5 days a week.
Mhm.
And I prefer that. Like, that's my help right there. Come over here, come on, help my kids learn the language, help them with their studying, and that makes me happy. I'll do
Yeah.
everything else. Like that, I don't need to do. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and some parents in the United States want like the arts and crafts and the music, right? In the US, you pay thousands of dollars just to get somebody to come into your house. Here, we've had a few offers already because we're interested in teaching our kids how to play the piano, how to play guitar. My daughter wants to play the violin, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll come over. We'll definitely. I want to teach your kids. I want to do this and that." For very expensive. Like you can't get that in the US
For the prices.
for the
That
prices that
like,
you can get it
learn an
here.
instrument like one-on-one. So, yeah, we are coming to the end of our show because we've got to go build some bikes.
Wow, we've been here for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Ross, thank you for making those scary comments. All right. And
I know,
Yu-Gi-Oh, the
now I'm
background
gonna
information on the
have trouble
culture.
sleeping.
All right. And it started getting dark there and deep for a little bit. And then,
Thank you for the education,
education.
guys.
Thank you. I feel much gooder now. Our Philippines adventure. Thank you for coming on and giving us some
you for
backgrounds
coming in here.
regarding the Social Security, the tax
Mike
identification
Ross,
number.
thank you for coming in.
Yu-Gi-Oh! You know what? Yu-Gi-Oh! Is probably one of
He's
our.
a regular.
He is a regular. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is always on. Okay, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a day trader. Right? He has like a monitor in front of him all day.
He's like, hey, they're on.
He's like, oh, they're on. I'm gonna just do this and that, right?
Nice.
And
thank
so,
you for your support.
yeah, thank you for your support. I really appreciate Robert Morris for coming out here.
Thank you so much, guys.
Anybody else who's gonna come on here and
any lurkers, you are welcome.
and going to watch, please leave some comments. Right, I want you guys to, write down what it is that you guys want us to research, look up, anything else about the culture. We're more than willing to share that information with you guys.
Thank you so much for hitting the like button. I am trying to get him to take me on some trips. Come on, take me on some trips.
I can't. Construction right now. Got a construction. We got to build the bikes.
Cannot wait
we got
for
to
this
do all kinds of
construction to be
stuff.
over.
And kind of like, yeah. All right, guys.
All right, good night, guys. Have a good day.
Carpe diem.
Seize the day.